and welcome to another episode of my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Chris Myrick. I'm so excited you guys be watching this video. What I wanted to show today and talk about is my die-cast car collection. Now, as a kid, growing up in the 70s and early 80s, I loved collecting die-cast cars, mainly just small pocket cars, And I had a big collection, everything from Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Tomica, and other off-brands. And it was the only thing I kept into my adulthood, the only toys I had. And I had probably about 200 left over in my collection and some of the vintage Matchbox car carrying cases and stuff like that. So I've kept them for years, and then about 15 years ago I kind of got back into collecting, started collecting mostly like 60s and 50s cars that look realistic, and then I got really going in the last 8 or 9 years, mostly looking for vintage Matchbox cars, vintage Tomica cars. So I'm going to show you my collection. I hope you enjoy it, so here I go. Alright, I'm coming up here. I'm going to bring this stool back so I can get up real high. I have this in my spare bedroom. It's kind of like my office area. So let me show you what we got here. First of all, I got what are called pocket cars. First I'll show you the sign. It says you can't buy happiness, but you can buy cars, and that's kind of the same thing. My wife bought that for me, so that was nice to put that on my collection. But anyway, here's the pocket cars. They were called Tomica cars. They were from Japan. And it came around about the mid-70s to about 81, 82 when Japan stopped shipping them over here. And so these are kind of hard to find, especially in these packages. I was able to get a hold of a bunch of these at a flea market and got a reasonably priced for them. I think that all these together, I probably spent about $100, but they're worth individually anywhere from $30 to $50 a piece, just in an individual package. And this is some more of my Tomica cars. And I like them because they were really good solid metal cars. They look realistic. They're realistic looking. And I got just a Vita brand. Some have these interesting racing wheels, they call them. And more Tomica cars, they'll have these kind of wheels you see right there. That's what they're most famous for. I got everything from the buses to regular cars. The older models had these kind of style wheels from the mid-70s when they first came over to the United States. I got about 88 in my collection. My goal is to try to get to about 100. They're very hard to find. I always try to find a really good deal on them. Another thing I got up here is I don't collect much Hot Wheels, but I do like Star Trek, so I had to collect this collection for my Star Trek cars. I got also James Bond, Ghostbusters. Here's one. It's called Hong Kong Phooey. And I got like the Scooby-Doo van, a couple of the trucks. Oh, here's a Hardee's pickup and a Camaro. This is from the late 70s. I had this car, this blue one with the trailer with the little canoe, if you can see the canoe on top. I've had that since like 1978. That's original in my collection. Here's some of my Matchbox cars. I got this quite a few here. I have a lot more to show you. I got a lot of vintage 60s and 70s Matchbox. I got some off-brands here. 4-wheel drives, a bus, school bus, and a RV. Here's some off-brands over here. These over here is my 50s collection. These are some of my off-brands. I got a Tasco vehicle, a Southwestern Bell. This gold one over here is called a Speed Burner. It was a car that you can wind back and it will go. And it was from 1977. And I bought that from Eckerd's when I was like a little kid. I got some more of these kind of cars. I'm going to kind of get down. I have shelves almost down to the floor. This is my Hot Wheels. I'm not a big Hot Wheel collector. Just to let you know. But I do have some vintage Hot Wheels that are but pretty much nearly all of these were from my childhood. So I got pretty much a lot of these. Some Mustangs, and they go all the way down the shelf. You can barely see them. Sorry, I got stuff all in my office, so... let me show you some other things. I said I deal with vintage Matchbox, and here's some of the vintage Matchbox cars. These are from about the 1970s. I found these cases at Hobby Lobby, and these work great, so I can stack cars on top of each other. I got them kind of sections, a sporty and hot rod. I got one here in transportation. These are my airline buses, and I got British, American Airlines, and the one on the top is a French Airlines. And that was one I was looking for. And I finally found it a few weeks ago. Australian Airlines. I got my double-decker bus there. I got some first responders and work equipment Matchbox, all vintage from 1970s. I got my off-road Matchbox ones right there. Now, if we go down here, I do collect new stuff. Auto World, Green Lightning, Road Champions. And I like these from the 70s, early 80s, 60s, 50s models because they come with the rubber wheels. They look realistic. I try to get a variety of different models. I don't try to repeat the same. I do have a Apollo section right here, Chevy Apollo from the convertible 1970 way back to the 1958. So I got a big collection of Apollos and Pontiac, Ford, more, General Motors ones. I got some Japanese over here, the trucks and stuff. There's some pickups back there. Chrysler and Plymouth. Some more of my collections right here, and then you go way down. Yeah, this my shelf goes all the way to the floor. I'll have to pan back and show you. And there's some 50s collections of, and I like them because they're just realistic looking with the rubber wheels and all that. And then there's some off-brands on the bottom shelf. This shelf, I'm going to pull back here, is pretty tall. It's about 5 feet tall. But I bought this at a garage sale, and I just really like this shelf. It worked perfect for all my cars. Paid only $5 for this whole shelf. Guys just want to get rid of it. I do collect 60s Matchbox. I got a collection here. Some of my 60s, double-decker buses and stuff. And then down here, I got this little shelf from a estate sale, and I keep a lot of my 60s Matchbox all down here, and some of my old Mustang collection, some vintage Mustangs as well. So and I won a 5th place in my vintage 60s Matchbox collection. I took 15 of the models and took them to the state fair, and I won 6th place for them. Some more of my Matchbox. This is a lot of the new stuff I buy. I try to get a different model each time. The ones I like, I don't buy every single Matchbox. It looks like I do, but I don't. But I got a variety of different models. Covered my whole window. I got some Green Lightning ones of movies like Blues Brothers, the Vacation movie. I got the Brady Bunch, which was my wife's favorite movie. Smokey and the Bandit. One really movie and TV show, Brady Bunch. Let me go around here. I'll show you. I do collect. I got some James Bond. My little card fell down here. Put that out there. This is a vintage James Bond Corgi from the late 70s. You used to have the top pull out. You have a button and there's a little guy that pops out. I lost the little guy, but I still have the vintage Corgi one. I don't collect much little stuff, but this is Micro Machine Star Trek, the original Star Trek spaceships, the Klingon, the Romulan, and the actual Enterprise. I just thought it was unique. I got a Spam-mobile. Another Japanese model. It's a different one than the Tomica, but it's got the Japanese letters of a fire truck. This is a Fun-Ho. It's from New Zealand company that made a fire truck. That's a vintage. Got another car. There's my double-decker. Really like my double-decker. Over here, I'll open this up. First, let's show you up here. These are the current Tomica cars that were brought back in the United States a couple years ago. But you don't get many more models because of the pandemic. That's been kind of slowed up. I got that Porsche is a German model. There's Pizza Hut right there. I got some more vintage Matchbox. Whole bunch right here. More right there. That gold one, that gold Maserati is worth alone about $100. Very rare color. And that's original from my collection. I do collect, my parents had a Chevy Vega, so there's a picture of me in a Chevy Vega, and I got some Chevy Vegas in my collection. Yeah, there's my name, Truck Christopher Company. There's my Geo Tracker and some of my awards I won. And my last thing I'm going to show you is my early 50s tin jalopy, wind-up tin jalopy that I have. I'm going to put that in the vintage vintage toys in the state fair. So I hope you enjoy my collection. I'll probably do more individual looks. You can see them as I go. But comment below, and thank you for watching.